It's time to break Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum up. Jaylen Brown was horrible tonight. 8 turnovers, 8 for 23 from the field. Jason Tatum hurt. This is the time that he's supposed to step up. And I just don't know if you're the front office of the Celtics, how much longer you're going to be patient with this duo. But I think it's time to end this relationship right now.
Pass inside to Tatum. Tatum double team, gets inside and throws it down. Green drives, pulls up, jump shot, puts it in. Jaylen Brown now with 30. 7 on the 24 for Tatum. Throws it Doncic, gets inside, layup, shot is good. Somehow he muscled it in. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.
The Boston Celtics are the 2024 NBA champions, their first championship since the 2008 title win. This Celtics team dominated the regular season and destroyed the entire Eastern Conference. The Celtics are one of the most well-built non-super teams we've seen over the past decade. They were formed through well-thought-out trades and amazing draft picks, and their path to the success all started in the year 2013. The Boston Celtics traded away franchise players Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to the Brooklyn Nets for 4 first-round draft picks. This trade would go down as one of the biggest fleeces in NBA history. The draft picks the Celtics received for the years 2016 and 2017 turned into 2 top 3 draft picks. The Celtics would go on to draft the superstar duo we see today in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum and Brown have led the Celtics through numerous playoff runs and have made it deep many times. As a duo, they've made the Eastern Conference Finals 5 times and have been to the NBA Finals twice. Looking at their combined accolades, they have 8 All-Star appearances, 5 All-NBA selections combined. They've cemented themselves as one of the better duos in the NBA. This season, they were the 8th highest scoring duo at 49.5 points per game, while leading the Celtics to a 64-18 record, the best in the NBA. This past playoff run was elite from both of them. Tatum averaged 25 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Although Tatum shot pretty bad from the field in this playoff run, he impacted the game on the defensive end and his ability to set up his teammates for great shots. Brown, on the other hand, had his best playoffs, winning the Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP. He averaged 24 points per game on 51% for the field, and in the finals he averaged 20 points a game on 5 rebounds and 5 assists. The most important part for Brown was his Game 3, where he scored 30 points and shot an extremely important mid-range jumper when the Mavs had all the momentum. He shut them down and helped the Celtics hold on to a 3-0 lead. So looking back at the Nets-Celtics trade, it's obvious how terrible it was for the Nets and how phenomenal it was for the Celtics, as they stand behind their 2 stars that led them to their first championship in 16 years. But many others contributed heavily to this trophy, especially a certain man in the front office. One of the most significant moves for the Celtics was Brad Stevens moving from the coach position to general manager. Brad Stevens became the mastermind behind the Celtics championship runs. Stevens traded for key pieces such as Al Horford and Derek White, which pushed them to their first finals appearance in 2022. Brad wouldn't stop there, as he kept trying to improve the team, never sitting on his hands. He traded for Malcolm Brogdon in the 2022 offseason, which would be a key piece in the future deal for Drew Holiday. Another huge move in this offseason was the firing of Ime Udoka because he was a freak. Stevens then hired Joe Mazzulla, a bench coach that would become one of the best coaches in the league. But his inexperience was a huge question mark at the time of the hiring. Brad Stevens believed in Mazzulla, and it paid off in the end. In the 2023 offseason, Stevens made his most impactful additions, trading for Kristaps Porzingis, giving away Marcus Smart. Alone, this deal would have many question marks of how it would fit without the point guard Smart. But Stevens was also able to bring in Drew Holiday for Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams. Porzingis and Holiday were superstar additions to this well-rounded team. Their defense got exponentially better, and their offense became much more dynamic with the tall 7-footer that could also space the floor. Brad Stevens never sat on his hands and improved the Celtics with every chance he had in the trade market. Now, to go into each of these pieces and how they revolutionized the Boston Celtics to their first championship. As mentioned earlier, the suspension and firing of Ime Udoka led the way for coach Joe Mazzulla. Mazzulla's attention to detail has helped this team stay at the top. There were doubts about his coaching ability going into the season, but the way he set the Celtics up to dominate couldn't be ignored. This year's Celtics team was ranked first in offensive rating and third in defensive rating with a plus 11.6 net rating. Under Ime Udoka, the team was 7th in offensive rating and 2nd in defensive rating with a net rating of only 7.6. The biggest changes between their two philosophies is their desire to shoot the three. Under Mazzulla, the Celtics were the first in three-point attempts per game in the NBA at 42.5, while under Udoka, the team ranked 9th on 37 attempts a game. The players love Mazzulla, and that has been shown in their record, finishing as the best team in the NBA, along with their playoff record of 16-3, only losing one game between the conference finals and NBA finals. Mazzulla has used his pieces extremely well and has helped advance his team's playstyle to win a championship. Derek White became a rising star for the Boston Celtics. White has been the guard that Boston has needed, giving him a third scoring option. In White's time with Boston, he averaged 13 points per game and 4 assists. His best season came this year when he averaged 15 points a game, 5 assists, and shot 39% from 3 on a career-high 6.8 attempts per game. White has been absolutely amazing for the Celtics over his 3 seasons in Boston. Since going to the Celtics, he's helped make the finals twice and the conference finals 3 years straight. In the playoffs for the Celtics, White has elevated his game from the regular season. In this past playoff run, White averaged 16 points per game on 40% from 3, taking 8 attempts per game. White has been an integral part to the Celtics championship run this season and will continue to contribute to future runs. Porzingis and Jrue Holiday changed the Boston Celtics from a contender to a favorite. Jrue Holiday's defense has been unbelievable since coming to the team and was tremendously important on their playoff run. He is an NBA champion, so he was able to bring that winning leadership that all the great teams need. He averaged 13 points a game on 50% from the field and 40% from 3 and 95% from the free throw line. Jrue was a real candidate for Finals MVP as his defense on Kyrie and Luka along with solid offensive output was extremely impactful to the Celtics winning the ring. Jrue Holiday is now a 2-time champion and was the perfect fit for this championship roster. The Kristaps Porzingis addition changed the way the Celtics could attack teams. They could do a 5-out spacing with all the shooters on the floor while being able to attack the paint with Porzingis' size. Kristaps averaged 20 points per game and 7 rebounds on 50% from the field in the regular season. He cemented himself as the 3rd star on a championship contender. Porzingis was hurt for most of the playoffs, but had his most impactful game in Game 1, scoring 20 points on 60% from the field and dominated the entire first half. Hopefully Porzingis can stay healthy for the foreseeable future, but even if he's hurt, the Celtics still dominate the East. The Celtics consistently made great moves over the past few years to finally build a capable team of bringing home banner number 18. Their great drafting, elite front office, and coaching hirings and trade decisions have all factored into this championship team. At the end of the day, it all leads to the duo of Tatum and Brown being able to stick together and win a ring. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and shows me that you guys really enjoy this content. I will be continuing to upload more videos more frequently now that I have the time, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.